In the pre-Civil War era, banks and merchants were allowed to issue their own currency. There were many interesting designs showing the kind of life that people had back then. After the Civil War, government passed a high tax to drive these out of circulation, and the government only issued currency after that. Here's the $3 Union Bank of New London, Connecticut. Shows a woman there with farm animals and a woman. Okay. Here's another Union Bank of New London, Connecticut, showing a nice vignette there of ships at sea. There's a stone cutter. And here's three men. They're looking shipbuilding scene. They're probably involved with the shipbuilding. These notes here date from the late 1850s. Here's Citizens Bank of New Orleans. Citizens Bank of Louisiana in New Orleans. There's a $3 note there at the bottom, showing dead deer on the back of a hunters with a dead deer on the back of a horse and making a fire. There's a woman there leaning on cotton bales. Sailor with a telescope. There's a ship there in the center. And there's a sailor over there. Miller's Bank of Washtenaw, Ann Arbor, Michigan. It's an uncut sheet. Shows a woman with a shield there. A boat in the background. There's another $3 note. There's an eagle looking at a ship out there in the water. And there's a woman watching men harvesting wheat. She's holding a pitchfork herself. There's a Roman type head up to the left. And there's a couple of women there looking at I don't know what they're looking at, a document of some kind. And there's an old, very old style train, the kind they had way back in the 1830s. There's the Bank of, I can't pronounce that name there, but anyway, Orwell, Ohio, 1863. Train there. State Bank of North Carolina, $3 note. Women dressed in Roman type clothes. Civil War era for that one. Here's another Civil War. Virginia Treasury note for $1. And another Civil War era. State Bank of North Carolina, showing a harbor scene. Don't know who that man is there. And a woman standing there at the left with a spear of some kind. State Bank of Alabama, 50 cents. Another Civil War. Woman there in the lower right, don't know who she is. There's a tree with a document in front of it, symbolic of something. State Bank of South Carolina. This one dates around late 1850s. Let's see, I think 1860, I believe it is. Nice harbor scene. Here's a Civil War era note. $5 Allegheny County Bank in Maryland. Showing the group of coal miners there. Looks like they're taking a break from their work. There's a young girl up on the left. Three women holding up a 5. Nice, ornate, very nice ornate vignettes on these. They do a really good job of engraving. And there's a couple of Summit County Bank, Cayuga Falls, Ohio, 1862. Showing an eagle. There's one with a nice big old deer on it. Utica City Bank, another Civil War, 5-cent note. Farmer down there. I got focused here. Yep. Working with his horses plowing a field. 10-cent note. Market Bank, Troy, New York. Furniture dealer here, showing his wares on the note. Good way to promote your stuff, showing what you sell. Another Civil War era. Western Exchange Bank and Insurance Company. It was not an insurance company, it was a bank. They just threw that insurance company on there. Okay, that's Daniel Webster, I believe, in the lower right. Nice boat there. Indian on horseback. shooting a bow and arrow at a buffalo. Don't know who that guy is there. These notes date from the 1850s. Nice sheet here, uncut sheet. There's an Indian laying down by the ground. There's some teepees in the background. Indian there on a bluff. We're looking at a train going by in the distance. Lewis Cass, future governor of Michigan there. I don't know who that man is. Indians there watching train go by. Indian woman there sitting down. H. Robinson, New London, Ohio. City no longer exists under that name. Showing well, looks to be a typical general store of the 1850s. A woman there with cut wheat holding it over her head. State Bank of Illinois. A 5 and a 10, and here's a $5 here. Merchants Bank of Washington, D.C. Women and children around an ornate 5. Woman standing there. I think that's President Zachary Taylor to the left. That dates 1850s. State Bank of Illinois. Another 1850s era note. There's a big old bull. And there's some farm machinery and cut wheat. Train in the background. And here's another State Bank of Illinois. Nice buffalo over there. Another old, very old, early Tom Thumb type steam engine. Another big old Mississippi River type boat in the background. Windham County Bank, Brattleboro, Vermont. Another nice uncut sheet. 3 women there with working on a bust of George Washington. This sheet which date from the 1850s. A couple of horses right there with a shield or a mirror with a pine tree on it. Group of farmers there working, cutting wheat. Interesting looking machine they have there working with it. Apparently pulled by horses, I would assume. I don't know. There's a person sitting there looking rather depressed, I guess. I don't know. Deep in thought, I guess. Group of horses getting water. And that's the end of my little introduction to obsolete currency. Hope you found that rather interesting, various designs and stuff. And goodbye for now.